As you could see, I'm dressed up for the occasion today. We're going to review the infamous hole-in-one video. The swing here is by a man named Tom, and the video is shot by myself. There are a lot of things wrong with his swing in the upcoming video, and we're going to break it down one by one so you get a clear idea of the not to-dos when playing golf, and especially when swinging an iron. I will not be doing the video by myself today, and I have the special honor of introducing my guest host, who will be joining me today to review Tom's shot. Here's the co-founder of GolfGeeks.com. He's worked in the back of a TaylorMade online warehouse for 4 months, a master of mini golf, and amongst other things, he has shot 2 under at a children's pitch and putt course. Here's Terry.
How you doing, Matt? It's a pleasure to have me here or you here. I'm really excited to get into this. It's an honor to be on your show today. Let's just get right into it. Let's break this swing down.
Yeah, the honor's all mine. I'm glad to have you here, Terry. So let's roll the tape.
Yep.
I'll let it play a few times.
Yep.
I got 2 words for you, Terry. Not good. Not good at all. So we're breaking this video down into 7 key points. Number 1, starting with the setup. Okay, his setup is all wrong. I got a little snapshot from the video here, and I see a few things wrong with this. Namely, the ball positioning, not in the middle. It looks like it's a little out in front of him. He's a little crouched. His shoulders don't look right. His arms are a little bent. Doesn't look like he's a golfer.
Yeah, no, I totally agree there. Like you can see the back is rounded. He's pushing all of his energy that way. That's just not going to work in the golf game. The setup is everything. Because if you don't got good setup, you're not going to have any power through that whole swing. He's like this. And, second of all, look at the way he's gripping the golf club. Matt, do you
A little
see what
high up. Yeah, I do see that.
I'm poking it kind of? And he's got the straight, like, I don't know what he's doing there, man.
Yeah, I like your emphasis on how important the setup is. I've seen Tiger Woods himself stop a swing right before the ball because he didn't like his setup. You can't hit that ball if you don't got a good setup here.
I totally agree with that. I mean, it's gonna lead him into back problems, lower back problems. It's just not a good start. I mean, let's get through this video though.
Bad start to a long life of pain.
Yep.
So here I have a snapshot of a proper golf setup. You'd see the ball is clearly in the middle, maybe a little up in front, depending on how you like it. His shoulders are nice and firm, standing tall. His arms are completely extended. He looks like he's ready to hit a hole in one.
You can tell like that back is not like, it's more like that, but it's bent over, right? But we're not like that,
Exactly. Number 2, this is one of the most important bullet points in the video today, is it's golf, not baseball. When I see his backswing, I don't see a golf swing. I see a baseball swing. And again, there are numerous things I could point out wrong here. Number 1 being the most clearly obvious thing going wrong here. What is his front foot doing, Terry? What's going on?
He's lifting it up. Like he's going to hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle. Like that's just not going to work in this game. Like he's lifting it up. He's losing all of his ground energy into the ground and not producing it through his front foot. That's taking a lot away from his swing. I mean, swing isn't, anything great right now, but
no, I don't like that right arm being bent either. You usually want to get that straight out and let your left arm do the guiding. It just yeah, bad backswing here. Again, I'm kind of worried about his back for the rest of his life. A lot of pain coming on.
Yeah. And you can see that torso coming back. Like he's just, his eye's gonna come off the ball. And I mean, that's something we could look at later down the line. But
yeah, when I see his swing, this is what I'm actually seeing. It looks like he's on dirt, not some cut grass.
Yeah, totally. I can totally agree with you on that.
Yeah, a lot of people come from a baseball background when they transition into golf, and it's hard. It's not easy breaking those old habits.
Yeah,
Okay. And you could clearly tell Tom's a beginner golfer. And we're here to help.
yeah.
Okay. So maybe go to the driving range, hit there once a week and really just like hammer into your mind. You are on the green. You got to keep that foot down and you got to swing down through the ball. Okay.
hmm Totally agree.
Here is Tiger himself with a beautiful backswing. I don't think it gets any better than this.
That's one of the best in the game, and we're comparing him to Tom. There's a lot wrong with Tom. I mean, look at Tiger, man. He's got the head down. Look how that arm's straight, right? You got that
Oh,
one arm.
it's beautiful. Yeah, his feet are firmly planted on the ground, knees a little bent. He looks like he's ready to whack that thing.
Yeah, totally.
Number three, hit the ball, not the ground. Okay. I'm not even sure if he even makes contact with the ball.
That's a great point right there. I wanted to say that at the beginning, but I wanted to get through the rest of the video. You can't be on a golf course if you're not even going to hit the fucking ball.
You see the
It,
size of that divot? That is humongous. So that's just going to ruin the game for everybody else. If everybody's swinging like Tom is, that entire tee is going to be ripped to shreds.
yeah, and it's just like look at that, like the follow, like not the follow through, but like that knee just scrunches up, and it's
Yeah,
just
again,
like
he that's the perfect word. He is just scrunched up like he's a hedgehog ready for defense.
one
Yeah.
of the things him first when I first see him at the golf course, I would go up to him and be like, Tom, before you even hit a ball, stretch. You got to stretch. You got or meditation something because this is just it's not.
Sometimes somebody like myself, I even forget that. Stretching is a key aspect of the game.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and you could see his club just whacks the ground and the dirt ends up moving the ball, not even his club.
hmm If
And
I
it
was
yeah.
at a golf course, I wouldn't even let him on my golf course. I would tell him, go to the driving range, hit off the turf, because you're not going to mess up my grass. Okay. That's just something I would say to him right away.
Damn right, Terry. Number four. This doesn't get talked about enough, but I think a tire can go a long way. And Tom's a good looking guy, but he doesn't look like a golfer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a great thing you brought up because I wasn't even going to say it. I was just going to let it go because we're just going to break down his mechanics. But that's just a great point you put in here, like all these slides.
I when I look at him here, I think maybe he could use a belt. That could be something. I think that would make him look a little bit more professional.
I
May-
totally,
Maybe a
I,
hat. His hair's looking a little long there. Might get in the way of his eyes when he's trying to hit the ball. Maybe that's why he didn't hit the ball. You
mm,
know, maybe even a retrofit cap, something like that. I think he would look very, very, very cute with that on.
also, I do not like the shoes he's got on. I really wish he had like cleats or something to dig into that surface.
Yeah, he's got the Under Armour sporty shoes.
hmm
It's all right, especially when you're a beginner golfer. You maybe don't want to drop $150 on some golf cleats, but yeah, that could go a long way too.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And then, you know, you didn't put this in there, but I don't like the club. I just,
Mm,
I think he can go with a different brand, and that might help his swing just a little bit because the weight differential might be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's some minor details there, but in a game of golf, that could go a long way.
Hmm.
Number five, going back to his swing, the follow through. And
Uh,
man, is it bad.
oh,
I don't have much to say here. I think the picture really speaks for itself. I mean, talk about scrunched up. You see all the wrinkles in his clothes. He's clearly not doing it right.
it's just that one screen. He's almost like what is like you have no power in that. That's not even a good baseball swing, man. I just
No, no.
wow.
I almost want to hop into the picture and just like fix his form, but I can't. Tom, you got to do this yourself. All right. Uh, the follow through, the club's resting on his shoulder. It's not nice up and high.
Mm.
Just
You
like
know,
in other sports, like ping pong, for example. When you hit that ball, you got to hit through the ball. You got to end up here. It really fixes your whole swing when you're also thinking about how you're going to end it.
I agree. And then look at his head. Where's his eyes? Out forward. He hit the ball right in front of him. He's got to keep his eyes on the ball as he goes through. You can't be looking out when the ball's right there in front of you. That's just
Mm-hmm.
that's unacceptable. Okay.
Here's some proper backswings. The picture on the left looks like our first picture. He hit a divot. A lot of the best shots, divots go flying, but you also got to hit the ball.
Wow.
And yeah, you could just see he used his whole body to power through there. His legs are nice and tall, and he's moving through that ball. His arms, look at those arms, they're straight.
Forward.
Tom's
Like
Tom's looked like this.
boom.
Exactly. Our second swing, man, is that beautiful. I mean, he's using a driver there, but
Exactly what I want to see from Tom. Loose it up, loosey goosey, good to go, man.
I believe because he has the raw talent. We really got to fix some things.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into the next one right now.
Women's tee, yes, he may be a beginner, but I don't really think that's an exception. Most golf courses, they got red, white, blue. At least hit from the white, Tom. Okay, that looked like a par three too. I know it was a par three. So you're only hitting 150 yards.
It's just you're doing a disservice to yourself by doing that. You should really, I would take a step back. I wouldn't show up to a golf course for a couple weeks and I would just work on my driving game. That's
Because
all.
to me, this is embarrassing. I wouldn't want to set up on the women's tee. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if a woman came up to me and said, "Excuse me, like I have to," I would be so embarrassed. I mean, that's just something you need to like, as a golfer, you just need to know.
Yeah, when you see a guy setting up on the red post, you know it's not going to go good for him. He's there probably his first time, and he's probably not even going to hit the ball. Okay. Here's just an example of what a normal golf course has. Usually they're a bit more spread out, but Tom was at the front one, and I'll give him the exception because he's still a beginner, but I don't think he should step on that course until he's ready.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Matt. It's just something that he needs to get. I think it's like a fear of not hitting the ball far, but he isn't hitting the ball at all. That's just
Wow,
something.
couldn't have
Yeah.
said that one better.
Mhm.
All right, and last but not least, we have golf etiquette. As you can probably tell at the end of the video, he let out a loud groan, and that's just not cool. There are other golfers, your own playmates are trying to practice their swing. There might be birds out. They don't want to hear you groan. Nobody wants to hear you groan. That just puts everybody down, puts yourself down. And, I talked about it before. The divot, he probably didn't pick it up. He probably left that there, and he's leaving a big giant scratch and a hole on a nice course. And you know what? Like you said before, I probably wouldn't let him on my course.
Yep. No, definitely. I mean, that's just the. I can't even explain. Like, I wouldn't want a beginner on my course, and I don't know if he's even a beginner. I think he's like far along. It looks like because he makes some contact, but not a lot. It's just,
Yeah, and
please.
and and where I'm from, you play the ball where it lies. He probably just picked up that ball and took a second shot. What's wrong with the second shot is one, you're just breaking the rule of golf. Okay, you can't pick up your ball. Number two, the other guys with you are trying to swing. Let's get the game moving. There are people behind you. Okay, that's number three. Everybody behind you is probably watching you, laughing, and then you get them angry when you pick up that ball and you go for a second shot. Not cool.
Yeah, you got to keep the line moving. You can't be like a waste of time. People get mad, people get angry. People put a lot of money in the golf, Tom. So really just try to have some decency when you're on the course.
All right, so the way we want to go out with this video is we'd like to play a little montage of some really, really nice iron shots. And maybe this might inspire you, motivate you to go to the driving range. Honestly, just just here to show you how to get better. And I think this might inspire you. So let's let's put it out on this tape.
Yep.
Thank you for joining me today, Terry. It was a pleasure to have you, and I'm glad we can maybe help a few people.
Thank you, Matt.
I'm JC, and to send this video off, here's a cover of Riptide by Vance Joy. Guitar by myself, Jason Greenblatt, and vocals is from Terry and Mo. Hope this helps, Tom, and that you get the help you need.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green.
Green.
You're the magician's assistant in their dream. Ah, and they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Here's this movie that I think you like. This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can't have it any other way. I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song.
Hey Tom, even a kid with autism can hit a fucking golf ball.
The words wrong, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.